monsters you've ever seen.
Isn't that why TV was invented,
There's a
though?
reason behind the stories that we were
Image of
told,
stories, yeah.
because they held traditional knowledge. They held things that we might need to know in life, whether it was about how to find food or how to survive, or it was about connecting with people and being a good member of the community.
What was that?
Stories.
No!
We all live in stories. We all tell stories to our friends. And they need to be told. They need to be heard.
True words of advice by Ishmael. About time that guy says some logic.
So scrimshaw is this really beautiful method of art that's done either on baleen or ivory, and traditionally it was used to tell stories.
Each section is telling a story of some event. Caribou hunting was taking place. This is what was going on. War began around this time, and so it sort of gives you a timeline of history through etching.
An elder or the person who carved it would literally be able to read the scrimshaw story.
They're like reading a book, in a way.
A lot of the storytelling traditions would be things that after the storytelling was done, we'd just rely on the next person telling it. And so scrimshaw is a very important way for Alaskan Native people to record their history.
It's like a painting, Ishmael.
Fox.
It's named an Arctic fox and has blood
When
over
I
its
was
paws.
growing up, my grandpa had a pet white fox. If you're a good friend with a fox, when there's danger abound, they try to keep you from getting into trouble. They pull tricks here and there, and foxes are like spoiled little kids in a way. When you let her out, she'd go prancing out in the snow, jumping in the air. I know she was happy then. Come running at me and jump on my chest.
Oh, I got the
knock me
black
back
dots and that
in my
white
face.
fox just like...
And I try not to let it. So that was
Is this
my
real?
memory of my grandpa's pet fox.
It's like a fox covered in snow.
You know, this is a cool ass fucking game, bro, because it's like you're playing this game, but you're like getting
Jimmy Force!
Caribou skin clothing was the best.
It provided for us in many ways.
Our clothing in those days was made of all caribou skin.
I grew up wearing caribou bands, mittens, caribou skin mattress, blankets.
Some people had boots that were made with wolf leggings, sealskin sole bottoms. Baleen was shaved to make insoles. They kept us quite dry and warm as well. But the caribou skin clothing was the best. We would get as many yearlings as we could for our outer clothing. And for heavy winter, we would get caribou in February or March because the hair was the longest and the skin was the thickest, and we would use those for our winter gear. With that stuff on, you could sleep outside in 50 below and it wouldn't bother you a bit.
Psi exclamation mark Hank has soul.
Sila.
Sila is the
Oh.
weather. It also means the atmosphere. Here's the nuna, or the land, and it's anything from the land into the moon, the sun, the stars. That's Sila.
It's a very spiritual, and we have a relationship with Sila. Sila has a soul in the same way we do as people,
Why do
in the
most
same
of
way
these people have the
animals.
same tattoo on their freaking chin?
Tribal tattoo.
I think spirit helpers in and of themselves are really about how we're connected with things. And so it may be that there's a spirit helper that shows themselves as a bird to show you the way home, or it may be a spirit helper that actually decides to show themselves with the face and body of a man instead of their animal form. And so I think one of the things that's hard to understand is that it's not one way of seeing things, it's one way of knowing you're connected to everything.
We've always had that spirituality of everything around us.
It's the interaction you have with the air you breathe, the ocean that you gather resources from, the rivers from which you gather fish, the tundra from which you pick berries, the animals that keep themselves. It's all of that.
I like how they didn't put Ishmael in the important stuff. Like, he's just there for, like, a running gag.
In the winter, when we were traveling, we didn't build sod houses, we built snow houses. In Canada, they call them igloo, but here in Alaska, we call them apuya. We do a day of travel, and then we'd make a apuya. The next day, my father would set traps, spend the day there, rest the dogs, give them something to eat, and then the following day, we continued to the next place. We'd go to my dad's sister, who had a house at the barn.
Who takes
They had
pictures
a
of this
small
stuff?
sod house over there. We didn't have to do anything. We just visit with them.
Like the picture of
My
the
dad
world's
and
first camera?
my sister were glad to see each other, and they'd talk away while us kids played
Yeah.
outside or go to sleep. By the time we get back to our home, my
Who the
father would
frick
leave
took
us
that
with,
picture there?
with my grandmother. And then he'd start
Lodge
his
that
trip.
they made in
He'd
Netherlands
go
into the
check his
picture.
trap line.
But why? If it was the making of the first camera, why would they make the second camera halfway between the first camera? And why was it so huge?
Because things were different back then, man. They needed like fire and shit.
Hey! Hey! The entire state of California! Let's take a group picture!
So all cultures in Alaska or cultures have a drum that may have some stylistic differences or differences in the materials that it's made, but it's still a recognition of life and vitality, and the drum mirrors the heartbeat. And when you continue drumming, soon it will be in line with your heartbeat, because that's what it's supposed to be, the heartbeat of the community, and it symbolizes vitality.
Take a shot every time she says heartbeat.
And it's the most tremendous feeling to be in a room and to have one long row of all the drummers, and to have that feeling of unity, everyone beating in harmony, the drum beat in unison. It's the most beautiful feeling. And to know that you're connected, you're on the line,
Alaskans
you're
invented the robot.
too. Even if you grew up outside the community, that which is in you comes from this area. And it's the greatest feeling.
When you take you to your real powwow.
Man, I went at it and look what happens.
He broke his drumstick.
We already watched this one.
We did?
Yes. This is the one where we first met freaking Aishamel.
Did we watch this one?
Yes, we watched all the ones.
Did we watch this one?
No, that one has an exclamation mark over it still.
The scariest I've ever been. I was 12 years old. We floated out on a piece of ice while we were ducking.
I thought that
There
says
was a bluebird
Bowser
day, it was
for a
clear blue
second.
skies, and there was 3 of us. Myself, my brother, and my dad. Next thing you know, we see this dark shadow on the ice. We look and it goes behind us. So we all jumped up, startled, and my dad, he started running. We got back to the ridge there. The ice had fractured, cracked, and broke off, and we were floating away. We were drifting. It was close enough to where my dad would have made it. He stopped and he thought about throwing us across, and if one of us was on the other side, we would be split up. So he stopped, and he just so happened to have a cell phone on him. 911 didn't pick up. That's the worst feeling in the world right there. 911.
In Alaska?
No cell phone service.
So he left a message because they record their calls. Once he had relayed that information to his cell phone,
However, I didn't know there were cigarettes there
that
either,
was
so.
the scariest moment I've ever had in my life. We were floating and we were left for dead.
Cigarettes in Alaska.
And Cyclops!
He's bringing out everything positive.
You know what would
in
have
his
been
kids.
fucked up if Cyclops was
I'm
smoking a
crying, my
cigarette?
brother's freaking out.
That would have been
Cigarettes in Alaska. Episode 1, narrated by Cyclops
We
Freeman.
heard the chopper flying around, so they must have gotten our message. We thought we were saved.
Featuring running jokes by Ishabel.
So we lit some of the sled.
Cigarettes
on
are
fire,
bad.
blasted
Okay.
without black smoke in the fog. Create some kind of chopper pilot.
like you're with a caster on Family Guy. It's snowing.
You can see the glow in the fog, and he slowed down there, and sure enough, as soon as he slowed down, we got within.
We're in a hunting region.
That was definitely the scariest moment of my life. Was floating away and not knowing what the outcome was going to be.
Yes, we watched all of them now.
And what I want you to try to do. You jump up there. Jump up that one above you. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Now you can get up there. There's something we're missing, obviously. You get the bear to come back to you. Get the bear to go back that way. Now hurry. Come on, man. Are you gonna chase you? Hurry. Hey, bro, what are you doing, man?
I don't know.
I see something. Just you go after you. Aha! See, I knew some shit was gonna happen. Alright. You gotta do this back and forth. There you go.
Oh, now what?
Just keep climbing that wall, bro. Yes! Hurry! Haha, you got me, bro! See? I just had to think about it for a second.
And we're gonna end that episode there. Bye. My 3DS died, so I can't really keep time.
No, we'll stop it right here. We'll stop right here. It's gonna save right here anyway. Swallowed. You earned a new trophy.
We're gonna freaking whale now? Well, yeah, I guess that's the end of this.
Okay, yeah.
But no! Damn it. See? You always mess it up.